Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, there's a new APT on the block, and more than 1,300 USAID devices have gone missing in recent years. It's Thursday, July 25th, 2024. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Here's today's top headlines. A North Korean hacking group this week received the latest Advanced Persistent Threat designation as APT45 after the FBI issued an alert about the outfit, and leading cyber threat intelligence firm Mandiant upgraded the group to a top-tier hacking threat. Mandiant, a subsidiary of Google Cloud, said in a report it released Thursday that the newly labeled APT45 has broadened its ransomware operations to target healthcare providers, financial institutions, and energy companies. And the FBI is set to follow with an advisory and news conference Thursday about the hackers. The hacking group out of North Korea has long made a reputation out of its efforts to obtain intelligence about defense and research and development, but has since expanded to these other targets. Mandiant, which previously called the group Andariel or UNC 614, says it has been active since at least 2009. The APT designation comes as the company has noticed the group's level of sophistication rise and the victim number increase. APT45 supports the interests of the North Korean government, according to Mandiant. Michael Barnhart, Mandiant principal analyst at Google Cloud, said the elevation of Andariel to APT45 designation is a reflection of heightened awareness surrounding the group's activities. Mandiant also disclosed that it's worked with the FBI and other government agencies to track the hackers. The FBI advisory will outline how APT45 has targeted information about a range of technologies, from tanks to drones to missile defense systems to government nuclear facilities. This isn't the first time the hacking group has gained U.S. government attention. The Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Asset Control announced sanctions against it in 2019. The office cited the hackers' focus on operations against businesses and government agencies, including the targeting of South Korea's government, stealing bank card information, and hacking into online gambling sites. In other news, the U.S. Agency for International Development has seen more than 1,300 electronic devices go missing over the past 3 years, according to a document viewed by FedScoop. The document shows that the devices lost by the agency include multiple generations of Apple iPhones and iPads and Iridium satellite phones, as well as hundreds of computers, primarily Dell and Lenovo products. Just over 1,000 of the lost devices were mobile units. The document doesn't note where the devices were misplaced, but it's possible that many went missing overseas, as 2/3 of the agency's workforce is based abroad. And in total, over 9,000 people in 100 countries work at USAID. A USAID spokesperson told FedScoop that, quote, USAID strives to be responsible stewards of taxpayer dollars and takes security of its digital assets seriously, and that, as is the case with any public or private sector organization, lost or stolen devices are part of USAID's operations, particularly given that the agency works in challenging environments around the world. Security risks related to missing devices, as well as devices taken abroad without clearance, remains a challenge for the entire federal government. In February, FedScoop reported details about Federal Emergency Management Agency devices that, against policy, had been brought to other countries, including China and Iraq. And in March, FedScoop reported that 2 astronaut training iPads had been stolen. A response to a recent FOIA request from NASA's OIG indicates that the incident is still under investigation. Other agencies have also faced scrutiny for their mobile device management, a topic that's been the subject of OIG reports at agencies including the Department of Labor and the National Archives and Records Administration. A former USAID employee told FedScoop that they found the number reported in the document astounding and recalled agency training on data security, including warnings against leaving government-furnished devices unattended. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back tomorrow with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.